Well, it's another morning in the campsite, and I actually have to run to town and do some errands. My diesel tank is very low, so I could probably only stay one more night without filling it up. And I need to run a couple other errands, and I need to do laundry. So those are the kind of things I need to do in town. Nearest city to me is about 20 miles away. It's Moab. My biggest concern right now is being, was it Veterans Day weekend. There's been a lot of traffic in and out over here. I think a lot of people are vacationing, and it is now Saturday. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we're going to do the emergency thing to do to save a campsite. I'm just going to pitch a tent and then put my junky chair out there. And if somebody happens to steal my tent and my chair, I don't care. But very good chance most people passing by will say, oh, that campsite is occupied, and we'll leave it. And I plan on being back here in just a couple of hours, as long as it takes me to swing by do some laundry, swing by the gas station, run a couple small errands in town. That's as long as I'm going to take. So we're going to go ahead and break down camp a little bit. I'm going to skip breakfast. I'm going to eat a nasty Pop-Tart or something. And then we're going to cook up some coffee, break camp, and head in as soon as we can, so that hopefully we can make it back before there's a lot of traffic down here. Alright, so I have my tent pitched, and it's far enough away from the fire, but it looks pretty good. Don't plan on sleeping in it, but I'll probably keep it up today as well. Simply because I'm gonna head into town tomorrow as well. But hopefully I keep my campsite. We'll see what happens. But if I lose the chair in the tent, who cares?
Moab is an interesting town. This is not the first time I've been here. I actually have come to Arches several different times. We camped in the middle of town at the little campsite that's just inside the city limits. Actually, it's not just inside. It is literally smack dab in the middle of the inside. Very nice place. I've come down here with littles from Big Brothers Big Sisters, and in that case, we got some of the nearby campgrounds in town before going on into Arches for a day or two. And the reality is Moab is an interesting little place. It's kind of a very hippie type zone in the middle of the desert. You come in, there's really nothing for hundreds of miles in any direction, other than we have Arches and Canyonlands are both really close to it. There's also a few other state parks nearby, and just some very beautiful scenery. The town is very friendly to bikers, so if you happen to be a biker at all, there's bike paths all through town, even going out. Not too far from where we're driving right here, there's actually a bike path that's just going to take us right on through town and in town. And then there's fabulous, I don't know if it's art or graffiti, whatever it happens to be, scattered throughout town as well. But a network of bike trails is good. So Moab itself, there's a lot of different things. There's a few different grocery stores, a lot of touristy type stuff. And just certainly a place to go visit if you're looking for a fun place. It's not too big, but not too small. It has most of what you're going to need, but not everything. And the reality is, it is a nice place with nice people and good coffee shops, good restaurants, just lots of neat stuff. So enjoy the brief tour through Moab, as brief as it may be.
Well, I'm in Moab, Utah now. This is kind of the gateway into the Arches, which there's actually a line to get into Arches. Good thing I did not actually plan on doing it today. I just came down here to do some laundry. I batted 1 for 3 on... Apparently, there's only one coin laundromat in town anymore, and I managed to find it, and I did not walk into it yet. There is a line of cars in front of it. But for November, I mean, it's warm, it's nice. That's probably why a lot of people are here, but there's lots of vans like ours, like there's one right there. They're just all over the place. Lots of RVers, big vacation spot, also being a holiday weekend. That's kind of why I'm staying at the campsite. In fact, I only came into town for 2 reasons. Number one, I did not think I'd have enough diesel fuel to last another night or two. And I don't like running the tank that low, so we're gonna do that. I do need laundry done. If it doesn't happen because it's too busy, oh well. And I also need to get to the post office to get a couple errands run and things like that. I'm actually walking down a side street because the main street is too busy to record. This is a nice place though. Turn around right behind me here. There's some mountains back there. Very nice. Lots of food of every form and whatever else. There's a barbecue steakhouse over there right next to me. There's a couple little grocery stores in town, number of hotels. Very nice place to visit. And if I remember correctly, I think this is the town that there's a city park, which is basically the sun, and there's planets leading into it, spaced out throughout town. I can't remember if this is the town that's in or not. I think it is, though. I've been in so many different places, and that was years ago, where I did a bike ride with a friend of mine out here. And good place to do bike rides too. There's actually a trail that goes right along the edge of Arches, and several bike places in town as well. So I don't know, I might pick up some extra inner tubes, but I'm gonna have to go back and remember exactly what size my tires are first. So anyway, this is Moab. Here's the rest of it. There's some snow-covered peaks up in front of me. Beautiful little city, big touristy place, and a little too busy for me right now, but that's okay. It is actually pretty fun.
The city art around Moab is certainly something to have a look at. Here we're walking through the bike trails under the tunnels, and there's just, I don't know if this is art or graffiti on either end, but the rest of the town is just full of art. It's interesting.
The city art is interesting, and I must say, peace, yo. I've never seen a food truck park before. Beans, bagels, pizzas, tacos, all sorts of stuff in there. That's kind of nice. Well, I did find that the one place to do laundry in town is not really a place to do laundry right now, so I'll come back later. So I saw this bike trail a couple times heading into town. There's several takeoffs to it, but it's over here, and it goes around that castle, that monument down there, and down into what's called Castle Valley. There's just a whole lot of these rocks here. Then you take it the other way, and it goes past and around the outer edge of Arches. So I only have about an hour today to bike ride, so we're going to see what I can do. I'm going to go a little bit down Castle Valley, come back, and then see how far I can get down the other way as well. I'm going to see if I can get to the point where it goes under 191. We're not quite sure, but let's see how this goes. So if you want to know where some of the weird conspiracies about parks are just there for the government, here's the wall that is the border of Arches. And look behind that red car over there. There is literally a door going inside the monument. Okay.
Well, as far as down this direction of the bike trail I'm going to go. So over here the cliff faces. You can actually see some natural arches and some holes in there starting to appear. And then on the opposite side, I'm kind of, the Colorado River is right behind that tree line there. It's not a good place to stop to see the river, but that rock face you see over there is the edges of Arches National Park. And this is going to continue to go on for a while. There's some campsites down here. I've actually camped down here before. It was like, I don't know, $10 or something then. It's probably double that now, but just right outside of Moab here. So we're going to turn around and see how far we can get the other way. We're going to go across the border of Arches that's on 191 North. Thanks for coming along on my trip to Moab, Utah. If you are coming down to the Arches or Canyonlands area, plan yourself an extra day just to spend time in this intriguing little city. Whether you want to go around to all the local shops or see all the bike trips around town, either one is a good option. So anyway, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, and we will see you a little bit further down the road. Well, I made it back to the van and went as far as the Arches bicycle entrance, which is about half a mile further from the main road entrance. Very nice canyon. I think I like it coming back a little bit better because you catch the snow caps in the distance there. But excellent bike ride. But I'm gonna head back, and I'm able to actually come down over this hill here. I look at the top of the van and those solar panels are dusty. I should clean those off today. So let's go ahead and get back to camp and do some of that. Looks like the campsite is just the way I left it, so pitching the tent was good. Although there is another one of these about 5 to 10 miles down the road that I have just as good signal, so I might try and snag one of those tomorrow. So I'm not going to specifically reserve this one tonight. But it is a good spot. We're going to save it for now because, yeah.